Sullivan, founder of the 9/11 Hard Hat. I'm also a New York City union construction worker, and I've been doing it for over 30 years. I've owned several businesses. I have an invention out that's being sold internationally, and I'm very, first of all, I apologize for my outburst earlier, but I am very...
Apology accepted. Thank you.
Thanks. This is a very emotional subject for me. You know, I work for the largest construction company in New York City, and the most reputable one. And when you get phone calls from grown men who are crying because they're losing their homes, or maybe they can't send their kids to college, or maybe they're getting thrown out of their apartment, or their families are simply coming apart because of the economic strife, I gotta tell you, it is devastating to me and my psyche. These proud men now all of a sudden begging. And a lot of them are sick too from the whole 9/11 aftermath. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Wal Mart has just made an agreement with the unions, with the building trades. Now, I don't know if I could really tell you how important it is to have union construction workers employed. Because the union construction worker on his own can stimulate an entire economy. Union construction workers make very good money, they work very hard, but they like to spend. And we love our big ticket items. We love the cars, the houses, we're always doing work on the houses, always doing side work, the vacations, the restaurants. We, on our own, can stimulate an entire economy. All you have to do is look at areas like downtown Manhattan and Queens. You were talking about Queens Boulevard. It's like a ghost town by me. There's empty apartments. There's empty commercial buildings. It's sad. And Walmart's not here yet. And you're talking about them like they're the boogeyman. The pain is here. It is now. It's not being caused by Walmart. Walmart's not here. What is causing it? Unfortunately, we all know what's causing it. It's our insane taxes, the highest in the country. It's the insane over-regulation. I've owned several businesses, and I did very well because I knew when to get out. I owned them in the 80s and the 90s, when it was still good to own a small business. You ladies and gentlemen, you talk about the mom and pop stores with such great reverence. Where were you 15, 20 years ago when they were pushing these burdensome taxes and regulations on us? What?
We were just reminiscing, we were children.
Okay, so your predecessors. That's when we needed you. Not now. We got to wake up to a new reality. The mom and pop stores are dying and gradually becoming extinct. And guess what? No one likes to hear it. There's nothing nobody can do about it. That's just the way it is. I used to know my pharmacist. Now I don't. Because every time I go there, it's a different person. I used to go to a nice little coffee shop. Now everything is Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. When I used to go to a hardware store, I knew the guy who could disappear into the back and find the perfect screw and the perfect bolt for me. Like magic. Now I go to Home Depot or Lowe's and you've got this, I can't see one end of the store because of the curvature of the earth. It's so big. That is just the reality we live in. And rather than fighting, we should be accepting it and embracing it. Because if we don't, if you try and stop growth and progress, it will steamroll right over you. And did you ever think maybe that's why we're in the shape we're in today? I mean, look at us. The budget. Look at what Mr. Cuomo's got to deal with. I would not want to have to go near any of that. And it's going to be painful, and a lot of people are going to get hurt. So when you take a positive force like a Walmart and introduce it into an area. Everybody is saying the sky is falling. I don't agree. That's it. You're talking about one of the greatest capitalistic economic drivers our nation ever had. My God, we should be welcoming them. So please, I ask you, consider this. And I'm not talking out of, yes, I am talking out of anger. But I'm talking out of sadness and sorrow. I've been with this city and I saw it go through horrors and I lived it. Every day 9/11 is still there. You have no idea how frustrating it is for me to look at that place and know it's still not built up. Yet everywhere around it is. Why is that?
Mr. Sullivan, we just have a few questions.
Sure.
I don't know if you're going to be wrapping up your testimony.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. I wanted to just ask if in your statement you referred to a new economy and you had made reference to your new business that you've invented.
No, I invented a tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that going to be manufactured here in New York City?
It is manufactured.
It is being manufactured here?
Oh, in the city?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's being out of state.
Where?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Why not in our industrial parks here in the city of New York, where there's manufacturing spaces?
I sold my licensing rights.
I see.
So they get to make it wherever they want.
I see. So there was no opportunity for a New York City company to purchase that license right?
Well, there were no takers.
I see. What kind of tool was it?
I'm a taper by trade. Are you familiar with that, drywall taping?
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Okay, so I invented a wipe-down tool to go behind this other tool called the bazooka.
Okay.
And this is very pertinent to what you asked. That machine has been outlawed in New York. Do you realize out of 49 states you're allowed to use these taping machines? New York was the last bastion not to allow these taping tools.
For what reason?
Because they were too good and they were too fast. And their original complaint was...
No accidents?
No. The original complaint was they go too fast, it looks too good, men will be put out of work. And I disagreed. I said, no, this will invigorate the business. This will make us competitive with the non-union. And you know what? 5 years later, that's exactly what happened.
So it was your brothers and sisters in the union that opposed this new tool?
Everybody opposed it. I was a lone wolf out there screaming by myself, like I am now.
I see. Councilmember Kozlowitz.
Thank you. I just want to say in my other life I worked for electrical contractors for many, many years, and they were the largest contractors in the city of New York. And they had places in Dallas, Texas, and a few other places. You're not just necessarily talking about a Wal Mart, you're talking about construction. It could be any kind of construction. Why would Wal Mart, once it's built, it's over?
Right, then you move on to the next project.
What next project? It doesn't necessarily...
Right, I don't know, I don't have a crystal ball.
Well...
That's the way construction goes. We live in cycles.
I understand that, and I know that. And really what hurt construction was the non-union people coming in to New York and underbidding the union.